I want you to imagine, just for a second, waking up to the terrifying news that a nuclear weapon has simply vanished. We're not talking stolen, not exploded, just gone, right? It literally sounds exactly like the plot of some crazy Hollywood thriller.
But here's the wild part. This is a very real, highly documented Cold War incident. It's a true historical event that has absolutely fascinated historians for decades. Welcome to our explainer on the incredible story of the bomb America never recovered.
Section 1. Mid-air collision in 1958. A routine mission.
Let's set the scene. It was February 5th, 1958. A U.S. Air Force B-47 bomber was flying what was supposed to be a completely routine training mission over the southeastern United States. But then, in an instant, everything went wrong. The bomber suffered a sudden mid-air collision with another military aircraft. Suddenly, the crew is sitting in a severely damaged bomber, rapidly losing altitude.
With seconds ticking away, the pilot was forced into an incredibly high-stakes dilemma. To increase the crew's chances of actually surviving a crash landing, he had to ditch the weight. So, he made the split-second decision to release his payload, a massive Mark 15 nuclear bomb, straight into the waters off the coast of Georgia.
Section 2. The massive search. Hunting for the bomb.
Now, the good news is the crew survived the ordeal, but a colossal problem remained: the bomb itself. Massive search efforts kicked off immediately. We're talking weeks of intense searching. They had divers combing the ocean floor underwater, while aircraft continuously scanned the surface from above. And despite all of that immense effort, the bomb remained completely missing. To this day, historians fiercely debate its exact resting place.
Now, according to the official government accounts, the weapon apparently posed no immediate danger, because officially, it wasn't armed or in a condition to actually produce a nuclear explosion. But even with those reassurances, you can see why this disappearance instantly became one of the most captivating and mysterious stories of the entire Cold War.
Section 3. Cold War safety reforms. Military improvements.
So why does all of this matter today? Well, the Cold War was packed with tense moments and secret operations, but this terrifying close call acted as a massive wake-up call. It clearly highlighted the sheer dangers of nuclear technology, even on standard training missions. Ultimately, this very incident served as a direct catalyst for modernizing military safety protocols and significantly advancing our emergency planning.
Section 4. An enduring mystery, hidden in the waters.
Which brings us back to the present. Somewhere beneath those coastal waters near Georgia, one of history's greatest mysteries might still be resting down there in the dark. Whether it's ever actually found or not, this unbelievable incident is proof that sometimes truth really is stranger than fiction.
So what do you think? Will this missing piece of history ever be uncovered? If you enjoy true history, forgotten events, and real-world mysteries, make sure to subscribe for more explainers from around the world. Because as we've seen today, history always has another secret waiting to be discovered.
Imagine going to sleep in a peaceful American town, only to wake up to find your neighbors gone, your streets completely empty, and your entire town erased from history. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're exploring a deeply forgotten, almost unbelievable chapter of America's past.
Seriously, put yourself in that scenario for a second. What if your town just vanished overnight? You know the local baker by name, you wave to the school teacher every morning, and then, poof, nothing. It is a deeply, deeply unsettling thought, isn't it?
I know exactly what you're thinking. It sounds exactly like the plot of a horror movie. You might be picturing, alien abductions or some kind of supernatural ghost story. But strange disappearances and suddenly abandoned towns are actually a very real part of America's fascinating past. Today, we're exploring one of those forgotten stories.
Part 1. The Midnight Disappearance.
Part 2. The Great American Boom. To understand how a whole town just ceases to exist, we gotta rewind a bit to the late 1800s. Hundreds of small towns were popping up across America almost overnight. Some were built directly around massive gold and silver mines. Others grew simply because expanding railroads needed supply hubs. But at the core of all this growth, it was everyday families packing up their lives and desperately chasing the American dream. And for a short, brilliant while, these places were absolutely bursting with life. We're talking bustling schools packed with kids, active churches ringing their bells, busy general stores selling everything you could need. These were real, vibrant homes filled with hope and endless energy. Part 3, when the gold ran out. But, dreams don't always last. When the gold inevitably ran out or a railroad decided to change direction, the whole fragile system just collapsed. Businesses failed. Entire communities packed up whatever they could fit in a wagon and left. And slowly but surely, nature stepped right back in to reclaim the empty streets. And the wildest part is the sheer speed of it all. We are not talking about a slow decline over decades. Within just a matter of months, these thriving, noisy towns became utterly silent ghost towns.
Part 4, Bodie Frozen in Time.
Let's look at one really visceral example of this. Bodie, California. At its peak, Bodie wasn't some tiny little outpost. It had thousands of residents. We're talking busy, multi-story hotels, banks holding massive fortunes, even its own daily newspapers. People genuinely believed this town had a bright, permanent future. But as the mine stopped producing enough gold, jobs just disappeared overnight. It was a brutal domino effect. Families were forced to move away. Businesses had to close their doors for good. The town's heart basically just stopped beating. The contrast today is wow. It's absolutely haunting. Bodie remains totally frozen in time. Old, weathered homes are still stubbornly standing. Thick layers of dust cover abandoned furniture and dishes left behind by families who had to get out in a major hurry. The level of preservation is absolutely staggering. If you look through the dusty windows of the local schoolhouse, the classrooms look as if the students simply got up from their wooden desks and walked out yesterday. Walking through those dirt roads feels like stepping straight into another century. Visitors always describe the town as being incredibly beautiful, but also deeply, deeply haunting. It's a powerful reminder that even the busiest, loudest places can become nothing more than memories. Part 5, Echoes of the Past. So, what's the big takeaway here? History teaches us a universal lesson. Absolutely nothing lasts forever. Cities rise out of the dirt, mighty empires fall back into it, and our dreams just naturally change over time. But hey, it's not just a sad story of loss. Every abandoned building, every crumbling foundation still standing in plain sight off the highway has a remarkable story waiting to be discovered. Sometimes the absolute greatest mysteries aren't hidden deep underground. They are standing right there in plain sight. Which leaves us with a pretty wild thought to chew on. If these bustling, incredibly wealthy towns can just vanish into the dirt, what parts of our world today will one day just be echoes of the past? If you enjoyed this explainer on a forgotten chapter of American history, do us a huge favor and hit that like button, subscribe, and join us for more true stories, unsolved mysteries, and hidden history from around the world. Because as we've seen today, the past is never quite as simple as it seems.